Welcome to the Small Business Breakthrough Series, where every week we are interviewing guests that support the small business industry. However, small business owners have a really rough time. Why? Well, you're putting out fires all day long. You have things coming at just all of this stuff coming at you, and taking the time to pause and reset is an invaluable part of the journey, especially when it comes to self-development, which I talk a lot about through my content. Is the fifth pillar of owning a business is having some sort of a self-development routine. Today, we have a special guest, Danish Desai, who's a meditation leader, with skillful meditation and a service advisor for global speakers talks. But we're going to dive in and talk a little bit about why meditation is important, how breathing techniques can help you become better with your body, and more. Dinesh, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We say namaste. Namaste means I bow down to your wisdom and expertise. Thank you so much.
It is such a pleasure to have you on the show. You're joining us from afar. We have our first guest on the podcast from Melbourne, Australia, originally from India. It sounded like you have had quite the career. Can you give us just a little bit about what you give us that introduction into you and what you have specialized in over the course of your life?
Well, giving my introduction, yes, I am really blessed. I was in India for over 60 years, where I worked for 40 years as a university professor. And during that time, I developed this meditation and breathing techniques. Coming to the meditation, yes, when I was just small child of 10 years old, I was blessed to get training from one of the disciples of Bihar School of Munger, that is a world famous yoga school. And then I got training from right disciple of Maharshi Mahesh Yogi, who has given the TM, that is the transcendental meditation technique. I was practicing and at the same time I was preaching also. Then I came across another gentleman, Rishi Prabhakar. He was the person who was for 12 years with Dr. Rishi from Maharshi Mahesh Yogi. And then he gave a different type of simplified TM. And that is the one which I found that most useful technique of meditation, that very simple, where you don't need any guidance or anything. At the same time, I came across the breathing techniques. You were surprised to know, Jason, today we are in Melbourne Royal Hospital. There is a statue of a saint from India for 3,000 years back who developed breathing techniques, and he is known as the father of surgery. Susruta, the name of that gentleman is. At the same time, if you come to any Asian country, you will see Lao Tse, statue of the Lao Tse everywhere, who gave the breathing techniques about 2,500 years ago. By saying that, yes, we as a business people or as a common people, we don't take care of it, we don't take it so seriously, but they are wonderful. They help a lot. They help a lot. I think this is my background and this is what I am doing. As I said that at present, I was a small business owner. I was a consultant to business people. Now I am running a small, I'm helping small business running it. And now I am a podcaster also. I have completed more than 200 shows.
Wow, that is quite the feat and quite the story of how you have become developing learning meditation at such a young age and progressing. Why is it so important for a small business owner to take that time to pause and to learn more, to just reflect on um, all of the different elements that are coming at them?
Very correct. Very good question. As a small business owner, whether you accept or not, you are riding on two horses. One is, once upon a time, you always think that you are much better than what you are now. By saying that, you think that if I would have been in services, I might be doing well. But today, because I am in business, Oh, I am not doing that well. Another thing is the competition that you have to face. And third is you have to maintain both the things, economical front as well as your physical front. So for that, let me start with mind and then we will come down to body. Any business person has to be quite fit mentally and physically. To be mentally fit, you need to practice meditation, which is a must for me at least. The very simple reason is this is the technique that helps you to focus on the thoughts that you want to have. By saying so, what I am saying is a person gets about 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts in 24 hours. Most of the thoughts, either they are past thoughts or they are negative thoughts. So, unless and until you calm down and find out the thoughts which are useful to you, how shall you will act? So, that is how you need to calm down. You need to meditate. Once you do that, I always give an similarity between a small cup of water and meditation. Suppose you have got a transparent glass where there is lots of dust, and you put a diamond into it. You won't able to see the diamond. But if the all the dust is settled, water is still, you can definitely focus on diamond. So diamond is the thought on which you are supposed to act. Once you just calm down, meditate, find out that thought on which you have to act, then you decide. Once you decide, then you go for planning. Once you plan, you go for acting. Once you act on it, then only you get the result. So, to get the result, coming down back is you need to think or focus on a thought on which you are supposed to act. I hope I have made very clear.
Yes, that's very, very clear to be able to take all of the noise, all of that dust, as you say, in the water and get and be able to settle it down to focus on that one diamond, which is that thought that will bring you to the next level, to the next part of the journey, whichever direction you were meant to go. You talked a bit about the mind there and the meditation that you teach and with the importance of it. Talk to more. Let's lead into the breathing techniques. The breathing you said is part of the body. Let us hear about what's that about?
Well, Jason, generally we all think that what is there in breathing? But let me give you just simple two examples of breathing. You just imagine a karate champion who is on the stage. And have you ever seen him? What he does, he breathes, he gets ready. And after getting ready, what he does is just breathe out, and with one chop, he breaks 7 to 8 slabs of ice. Think amount of energy and the pressure that he develops just with one. Now let me give you another example. The weightlifter who might be having his weight hardly 70, 80 kilo. He breathes in and lifts weight. And can you imagine what is that weight? It is more than 4, 5, 6 times of his weight. Unbelievable, unbelievable. How you did it? Just because of the breathing. One small example I would like to give you is, Jason, may I ask you that what holds the earth? What is that material that holding the earth, holding the sun, holding the galaxy, holding the stars? What is that material? In layman's language, it is nothing but the same air that we breathe in and breathe out. So that is so much powerful. If it can hold the sun, it can move the earth, it can rotate the earth, it can throw the all the planets in the galaxy. Then if we take it seriously and properly, if we breathe in and breathe out, think how much power we can generate in ourselves. So that is the power of breathing.
That is truly amazing where you can take if you take the mind and you take the body and you take this combination of meditation and breathing techniques that you're there, you really can start to see how this can create for a much more relaxed and
Mhm.
beneficial progress that a small business
Correct.
owner could use and go with. So when you've learned these techniques, you've taught these techniques, um, you then decided to get into podcasting and started to grow your following. What made you decide to go down the road of becoming a podcaster?
Thank you. As I said that being a person from teaching background, I shifted from India to Melbourne, Australia. I'm here for last 9 years. And here I was teaching this breathing and meditation technique on my platform. I got a franchisee of Skillful Mind, which is an Australian company. I was doing well. Meanwhile, I got and yeah. For let me tell Jason, I really bless that for last 40 years I could teach these practices to more than 5,000 people. And will you believe I have not taken a single penny from anyone. Even today, I don't charge. Just I am doing it free of cost. So this is the work. Because of that, I got so much of blessings. And with by saying so, all the entrepreneurs or the business people, I will definitely say that even if you are doing the business, before thinking of yourself, your profit, your generation, your motive, your intention, think of outside others. When you think of serving instead of getting, you will able to change. And the meditation itself says that only how to serve, how to give, how to help. Perhaps for small business man, this is the biggest mantra. Just try it out. It works.
I totally agree with that. The ability to give into the community, pour into the universe. It's one of the reasons I started this podcast was to support small business owners in their journey of growth and how to give them ideas on to be able to break through ceilings and opportunities to connect with other agency owners and coaches and consultants and in
Beautiful,
this case
beautiful.
meditation specialists that can help them potentially help them get that breakthrough, get that to that next level, to pass through a growth ceiling, as we call it. If you've ever opened your laptop ready to grow your business and 2 hours later closed it, realizing you've gotten nothing done, but you've researched office chairs, you've ordered lunch, and you've planned out the next 3 dinners, all the things that you wouldn't typically do to work on your business. Yeah, I've done that too. I'm Jason Pond. I'm the host of the Small Business Breakthrough Podcast, and I want you to achieve your breakthrough. But we do that through the community I built. I built the Momentum Community. The Momentum Community is a place where we meet every week. We talk about your goals, where you want to get with your business, and then we track them. And we use the Momentum dashboard to do that. We make sure you're moving forward every week, and it's accountability like you've never seen in a community forum. I want you to be part of that community. If you want to learn more about it, check out the link in the description below and enjoy the rest of the episode. It has been a really great conversation so far, Dinesh. What is the what is the most enjoyment that you get out of podcasting?
Yeah. Uh, as I said that I'm blessed. Just few days back, I had a lady. She's from Australia. She has breast cancer. At the age of 20, she developed the breast cancer. Today, she is above 40. For last 20 years, she said that I am teaching, preaching, and motivating other such patients. Think what a credible journey and what a credible work that she is doing. And when I interviewed her, within just very short time, I got so many likes and comments. I felt that this is much more than the money I can earn. No money can compare the joy and happiness that I have got. So, like that, most of my anyway, everyone has got their own story, and that story will definitely inspire others who listen. So, I think that whosoever comes, come, have, share. That will definitely help so many other people to get inspired, progress. It will lighten their life.
Yes, absolutely. Creates joy in others and inspiration for others to be able to
Very correct.
provide that value and go forward. So, um, in tradition on my podcast, we have a lightning round where we wrap up the last few minutes after our fantastic conversations, where we jump in and we ask about 5 or 6 quick hitting questions. Are you ready to jump in?
Ready?
Okay. The preferences are coffee or tea?
Well, Indian tea is world famous. Try it out. Whereas in Melbourne, my son, he was working in a one of the biggest hotel where he was serving 1,000 type of drinks, and out of that he said that there are hundreds of coffees. Melbourne is famous for coffee. I'm yet to develop that test, but I go for tea only.
Tea. There you go. This cats or dogs?
Pardon?
So for my second question is cats or dogs?
Oh, neither cat nor dog. I don't think that we should bind them, we should control them, we should keep them because they are unable to talk or they are unable to oppose. None, none, none.
Excellent.
God has given their own life, their own world, their own destiny. Let them where they are.
Absolute. Thank you for that. Favorite? How about a favorite quote or phrase that you think about often?
Favorite color?
A favorite quote or phrase that you think about often?
Oh, I love t-shirts, but here in Melbourne, more than 10 months in a year, it's always cold. I'm unable to wear that. Even today, I thought of wearing, but then I started shivering. I put on a shirt, but for me, t-shirt is always better. And the science also says that, especially when the male, he is able to show his part of the hand. He looks more impressive and more powerful.
And how about a book that has influenced your life the most?
Pardon?
A book that has influenced your life the most?
Best book that I read, that was the Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. It literally changed my life because I was thinking that God has given me enough money, God has given me enough opportunity, then why don't you spend? Why don't you just waste? But after reading that book, I realized that no, saving is most important. And Jason, I would love to tell in to all the audience, because I saved in past, today I have enough money which I am donating and doing lots and lots of charity.
It's
And
the
I'm enjoying my life also.
there you
So
go.
one should.
Absolutely. Dinesh, it has been a great conversation today, and getting to know more about you and the benefits of meditation and breathing and what does brings you joy in your podcast and how you have created an experience like none other to interview guests and get them to share with the world their experiences of uh, triumph and overcome and bring light to the world. You are definitely um, a great uh, opportunity to be on, to be with and providing charity and community to others. What is a way that if our any of our listeners would like to learn more about meditation, breathing, or would like to just get on your podcast, what is a way that they could reach out to you?
I will give you one secret, Jason. People think that meditation is very different, it's very hard. That is number one. No one thinks that we are born with meditation technique. The reason is when we were in the mother's womb, we were meditating for 9 months. So, all the business young people, especially, I will advise not to meditate. And by saying that not to meditate, I mean in meditation, what you do, you get relaxed, you sit at a place, you calm down, you are totally just relaxed. And this is the same thing you do when you are surfing your mobile or you are in front of the TV. And more than 90% of the TV and the mobile, what you do, you see the things which you don't want. Especially in the TV, what you see, mostly all the serials, they are related with sex, violence, and something which is not required. So it is always better that instead of sitting, relaxing quietly with mobile and TV, you do this without mobile and TV. Start with 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I bet you will change your life.
Yes, absolutely. Totally agree with that. Dinesh, it has been a pleasure to have you on the podcast today. And for the listeners out there, reach out to Dinesh. We've got his information in the show notes and the description. And the thank you so much for being on the Small Business Breakthrough podcast. And for those listeners out there that want to know more about the Small Business Breakthrough, check out the playlist located up here in the corner. And until next time.